Now the guy's thinking, Sakamoto must be practicing the act of cannibalism to be able to have that much manpower inside of him. Nah, it's dad strength. Alright, so I'm picking this up right after Chin beating Tatsu's ass in a very disrespectful manner. I would never wish this upon my worst enemy. Getting beaten up is one thing, but getting beaten up in front of a crowd by a guy in a pink bunny outfit who's also partially blind is downright fucking diabolical. If that doesn't send you into retirement, I don't know what will. So they tied the guy up and starts wringing him dry of all the informations they could gather, like who does he work for and such. Then we see Shin's assassin license, where he looks like a child who just got woken up by his parents to take a family picture. Then we get a really cute moment here of Sakamoto's daughter coming up to the guy and handing him a band-aid for his butt since he was just getting spanked throughout the entire fight, and she lets him know that the fight was really cool. Or the show. Later, the guy breaks free, and as he's washing his hands, he gets calmly greeted by two hitmen. The girl's Obiguro, and she's a skilled assassin who fights in heels, so you just know she's a psychopath. Then there's Boiled, a skilled assassin who likes to randomly make noises in all caps from time to time. So it's great to make sure your sleep deprived ass is never falling asleep or zoning out while watching the episode. Yeah, he's damn right, lady. Why don't you get off of him and sit on my face? So Boiled told Tatsu that they're here to kill Sakamoto. Obiguro seems a little too excited to be fighting Sakamoto. Then the two get a little goofy, but Tatsu lets us know that these two are the real deal. They bust ass and take binkies from babies. They don't fuck around. They are the deadliest duo from the organization that hired him. Then after a few more wholesome shots of the Sakamoto family just playing around, it starts to get dark and his wife invites them into the haunted house, which is terrible news because the haunted house is the most assassin-friendly environment, so they're gonna get ambushed. They got into the haunted house and yep, that's Sakamoto's daughter, alright. She's not even scared, even smiling looking at the ghost like it's her birthday. Personally, if I was that age, I'd be shitting asses. Or if I'm feeling different, then I might just pull out my Omnitrix and start fucking. Now, while Sakamoto and family explores the area, we see Boiled and Obiguro spying on them. Then Sakamoto beats up a bunch of low-tier assassins lurking in the place, nothing too fancy. Then we get a flashback and see Boiled's relationship with Sakamoto. So we're taken to the Hitman Training Center. Yep, that's right, a Hitman Training Center. Just a huge-ass place out in public for everyone to fucking see, absolutely amazing. You could even check them out on LinkedIn. So we come across a young Boiled, and yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, that does say 15 years old, which is just crazy to me, because looking at him right now, in this exact moment, exact picture, exact time, and analyzing his face, he doesn't look a day past 4. So he's here to meet 14-year-old Sakamoto after learning his partner got his ass whooped by him, and after seeing Sakamoto's shots, Boiled knew right away that Sakamoto's hard. Rock hard, not flimsy or flaccid, but rather hard-boiled. And after that, the two became really close friends since they're both built different, a statement according to Boiled. Then Valentine's Day hit and Boiled says, Sakamoto. Looks like it's a quiet Valentine's Day for us again. But don't worry, because our paths do not cross with chocolates, cause we're hard-boiled dudes. Yep, no, Buddy really tried sneaking in us there, but Sakamoto lets him know there's no us in this bitch. They call me Willy Wonka, the fucking chocolate factory man. Then Nagumo pulls up with even more chocolate sent to him by the girls, enough for him to build a whole fucking pyramid by now, and Nagumo asks, who's the guy behind him? And Sakamoto quite literally said,
I've never met this man in my life.
And that is when Hard-Boiled went soft for the very first time, like he just thought about his grandma in a thong. He came to the shocking realization that just because he's following someone around doesn't exactly make the two best friends. And we're back to Sakamoto exploring the haunted house as they come across a door that is banging and shaking uncontrollably, practically screaming, "Do not fucking open me." But Lou's deaf and she got more alcohol in her system than water, so she opens it up and an ungodly amount of assassins starts flooding the room. So Sakamoto and friends start throwing hands against all of the assassins, and as he's about to go in and protect his wife and daughter, Boiled comes in and sends him flying to a whole different floor. No, Boiled is visibly butthurt by the comment. Meanwhile, Chin is looking after Hana and Sakamoto's wife. Now I do know his wife is a name, but if I tried to pronounce it, it would just sound like I'm voicing out 3 vowels. Now Chin has to fight against the hot short-haired girl, which obviously isn't an easy task, and her being half naked is also not doing our boy Chin any favor, cause that's just 2 more milk bubbly balls of distractions he has to deal with. Personally, if I was Chin here, no fighting would be getting done. I would just be constantly getting my head choked out by her thighs. Just because she's a skilled fighter, yeah. But luckily Lou comes in flying with a left kick onto her face and got the girl showering in her own blood. Now Obiguro is pumped up, her nipples are getting hard, those babies are ready to lactate at this point. But before we continue with this fight, let's move over to our 2 best friends and their reunion. Let's see how they're doing. Yep, great progress. Sakamoto asks where his family is, but the guy's not answering, so immediately he responds by trying to cave the guy's head in. But Boiled came prepared and bounces a gumball off of a wall and explodes Sakamoto's face. Luckily his skin is made up of steel, so it's fine. He goes in for a kick, but the guy ducks it while still looking away. Then he continues to throw out a bunch of those explosive gumballs and made sure the camera got close enough to his face to hear his wise philosophical quote. Truly inspiring. Then he lands a clean right hand to Sakamoto's face, hits him so hard we had to transition from that fight and move on to another one. So we're back to Lou's fight against Obiguro, and over here he's also not looking too good. Lou just got the drunkenness shaken up inside of her, and Obiguro's lucky she didn't just shower her and puke. So now it's only Shin left, and you'd think he'd start throwing hands or maybe even twist her titty tips a little. But nope, two overgrown children in Halloween costume just picked that boy up right into their white van and tied that boy down. Just like that he's completely fucked. Yep, I've seen enough. Gotta make sure we revoke that man's assassin license ASAP. Then Obiguro says, let's play a game. She tells Lou to try and hit her every 10 seconds, and if she doesn't, Shin will be going home in pieces. So Shin starts crying, pissing, shitting, and coming in his pants, staring at this chainsaw, knowing he's more than fucked because Lou doesn't even know what planet she's on. But at least she's still got some common sense in her because even she knows she won't be able to save him. Meanwhile, Sakamoto still hasn't recovered from the guy's lethal fist, and the guy's still going on about being hard-boiled. And to this very moment, I still have no idea what the fuck he means by this, and I'm also assuming we won't find out what he means in the next episode. So, I guess it's up to the viewer's interpretation of what hard-boiled means. Now, Sakamoto just can't land a single hit on this guy, because studies from experts have revealed that an explosion to the face will indeed stop you from throwing punches. Then the guy reviews the name for his explosive gumballs, which he calls SBB. That stands for Super Ball Bombs, and there's also his rocket fist that he calls RDP, Rainbow Diarrhea Punch, because that's exactly what's coming out of his opponent's ass after getting hit by one of them. Now these names are so criminally ass, it triggered a sealed memory in Sakamoto, making him remember who Boiled is. Then from here on out, Sakamoto's just eating up all these punches like a bowl of ramen. I mean, the show should at least put an 18+ warning here, because we're just watching a man getting fucked. Then Boiled charges up his left hand, and you know it's gonna be a big fucking hit when they even give us a quick flashback to Sakamoto's family just to make sure we know. He's cooked. Oh fuck no, he just turned our boy into a fucking torpedo and had him flying into a wall. Now I thought the entire place was about to fucking erupt from the impact itself. But then as Boiled goes in to light one up, he suddenly felt intense backshots. He damn near fainted and started touching his balls just to make sure there's still two of him. Then the man in the fog, Sakamoto, starts dropping the formula for his bombs. Then as he walks out of the smoke, he lets him know that he remembers now. The devs dropped a new patch without letting Boiled know that the RDP has been insanely nerfed, cause I don't see either rainbow or diarrhea coming out of Sakamoto's ass. All I'm seeing are his fats and weight being lost and now him being overpowered. Meanwhile, Lou's doing quite a decent job on her part, she's landing a few lucky hits. However, she's still drunk, so she just stood there and ate one of Obiguro's feet like it's a protein bar. Luckily, she's fine, still laughing. Honestly, she's just having a good time, chugging alcohol and dodging all these attacks with ease, having a fucking blast. Dodging is one thing, but also kissing your opponent's arm while at it is downright diabolical. Then she pulls her down, lands a clean kick on her, and Obiguro reveals that she's a masochist and gets horny from getting hit, so she asks Lou to just fucking kill her. But Lou says nah, it's against the Sakamoto family rule. Family rule? You flat-chested woman, you're not even part of the family. Flat-chested? Just because they got baggy clothes on doesn't mean they don't exist, you fucking bitch. Now luckily, she did pull her punch at the very last moment, otherwise, that's one less hot short-haired anime girl in the world. So suddenly Lou just sobered up and realized she's back on Earth again. And Obiguro also loves her now as she appreciates strong opponents. Meanwhile, this guy's sweating pissed looking at thin Sakamoto, but he gave himself a quick pep talk realizing he's thin, but still washed. However, he made the mistake of blinking, and the next thing he knows, he's talking to a fist. Sends that grown man flying out of building, immediately follows it up with a left kick straight to the jaw. But he's not done. Hits him with a straight right into a kick into an uppercut and a quick one too. Got that grown man on the ropes, but he's not gonna give up like that. He comes back in and... yeah, cut the cameras, cancel the shoot, clean up the set, cause this is where you get the fuck out of here. Your turbo fist just got broken up by his bare hands. Time to pack it up, it's over. I mean, Sakamoto is really a nice guy to be returning all that ass beating he received earlier. Then Boiled abuses his explosive balls again, but this time, he catches all of them. And in the exact same way, Boiled threw those at him, and he gave him a taste of his own shit. Now the guy's thinking, Sakamoto must be practicing the act of cannibalism to be able to have that much manpower inside of him. Nah, it's dad strength. Then Sakamoto runs at the guy with a deadly killing machine of a left hand. The punch was about to be so fucking devastating, they decided not to show it at all, and just gave us one big flashbang. Meanwhile, on a Ferris wheel, we see this guy confessing to his sister as he's trying to move in for a kiss, but they're interrupted by two dudes flying. Now this is a pretty sick ass shot, so Boiled lights one up and tells Sakamoto he's hard as hell, before coughing out his last drop of blood. Nope, never mind, he's not dead, he was simply being dramatic. However, the storm hasn't been calmed yet because the most fearsome opponent appears in front of him. It's his wife. And she is pissed. She sat them down at the detention table and even hard-boiled. It's nothing but a mere marshmallow at her presence. So Sakamoto explains to her there's a bounty on his head and assassins are after his ass. And after hearing the truth, she forgives him quite easily and they continue on with their day. Then the duo parted ways with them, and now Sakamoto has to deal with the bounty, so he tracks down the people who placed the bounty. Also, he's back to plus-size Sakamoto again. Then we get introduced to the Order, which are the people who keep the Hitman world in order. Clever naming. Now these guys are serious people, serious faces, serious business. They don't fuck around, they don't tease, all they do is penetrate. Now this guy finds out there's onions in his food, so he has to speak with the chef. Wow. Thank good fucking god he didn't overreact and politely asked the chef to make him a new one. Otherwise that guy could have lost his entire fucking hand. Then Alfred comes into the room and tells everyone that someone has been going around butchering men from the JAA, aka Japanese Association of Assassins, which is why they asked the Order to take care of it. Now this is the shadow of her nose, I assume, but it just looks a lot like a smiley face, so that's really funny. Now we're back to Sakamoto and friends breaking into the HQ to get rid of his bounty. They fuck some mediocre dudes, but as they make their way into the boss's room, the entire place is a massive bloody orgy mess. Then we see Nagumo just sitting there by himself, just chilling. Then he teleports behind Chin and goes in to stab his neck. Now god fucking damn it, somebody give this guy a halftime break and maybe a glass of water and some back massage would be nice. I mean, the guy's just constantly getting violated. But turns out Nagumo was just feeling silly and played a little prank on him. You know, the classic, oop, just stabbed your carotid artery prank. Now you can't breathe. Real funny, Nagumo, you silly goose. Then Nagumo explains to Sakamoto about the hitman getting butchered situation, and he thinks it's related to the bounty on him. The three went back to the convenience store and still assassins are trying to come over to the place trying to claim that bounty for themselves. No, not that one. That one would turn the entire store into a rocket ship. It's the one right next to it. Now Sakamoto's wife is quite worried about all these people coming to the store. However, it is the infinite money glitch cause not only do they get to hurt people, but the sales of their bandages and band-aids have also gone up. And yep, that is it for episodes 4 and 5. Now I have to say, it is definitely shitty to not see Sakamoto's punch landing, instead we're only left with the bits and farts of it, but it is what it is.